It can take a long time to become financially independent and retire early if you're saving a portion of your income and investing into something that provides only average returns. Earning a 10% annual return isn't going to help you build wealth quickly, especially when factoring in inflation. On the other hand, investing in real estate could provide you the ability to retire at a comparatively young age. By using some creative strategies that allow you to earn maximum cash flow and build significant equity with your purchase, you could retire in less than 10 years as opposed to a more typical 40-year timeline. One of the many benefits of investing in property is that it's possible to receive healthy cash flow in addition to appreciating property values. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need millions of dollars in real estate to make a livable income. In fact, it's entirely possible to retire with just one single unit, which we'll discuss towards the end. My name is Chris, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. The first step in planning for retirement is calculating how much income you're going to need. Are you looking to live a frugal, simple lifestyle, or do you plan on living in luxury? Do you plan on traveling and owning a beautiful home? Finance experts suggest that you'll need roughly 80% of your pre-retirement income to retire comfortably. This is just an estimate, as your expenses will change when you're not working. Travel and entertainment expenses could be higher since you're not stuck at work for many of your waking hours. Healthcare costs might also be higher if you were previously receiving insurance from your employer. However, you won't be deducting money from your income to allocate towards retirement anymore. It's a good idea to plan for a little breathing room in your retirement budget because it's impossible to determine the exact amount you'll need each month. How much are you going to earn on each property? This is a pretty important question to address because this will tell you how much real estate you'll need to cover those projected expenses. The following example should provide an idea of how much you could expect to earn. Let's say you're looking to purchase a duplex. This is a manageable property for an individual, especially when just starting out. There are only 2 tenants, so it's easy to manage and the rent is generally higher in relation to expenses when compared to a single-family house. The rent is coming in from 2 separate tenants, which will help cover the maintenance, taxes, and other expenses. The average cost of a new 2-floor side-by-side duplex in the U.S., according to Fixer, is $388,000. With a down payment of 20% or $77,600, your mortgage payment would be $1,394 at 3.5% interest. The national property tax average is 1.07% of the value of the home, meaning the taxes would be $346 per month. You also need insurance to protect the property, which you would expect to be about $100 per month or $1,200 per year. In total, the mortgage, taxes, and insurance for the property will be $1,840 per month or $22,080 per year. This isn't the total cost of owning the property like some people commonly believe. These are simply the fixed monthly costs, the rest of which are typically based on rental income, which we will discuss next. In regards to the rent the tenants will pay, the average 2-bedroom apartment in 2020 was nearly $1,900 per month. Since this is a duplex, your income will be $1,900 for each side, or $3,800 per month. However, you'll need to budget for repairs and upgrades to the home, such as new paint, flooring, water heaters, cleanings when tenants move out, and other expenses related to keeping a property in top condition. How much the cost of maintenance will be depends mostly on the condition of your property, its age, and other factors. For example, does the property have low-maintenance vinyl siding that requires little work? Are the heating and cooling systems likely to last longer due to better insulation and high efficiency? Are the interior finishes durable and long-lasting? On a new property, the maintenance costs are likely to start low and remain low when compared to an old building from the 1800s. In general, saving about 10% of the total rental income to budget for repairs and maintenance is a good rule of thumb. In this case, that would be $380 per month. You'll also need to budget for mowing the lawn if that's agreed upon with your tenants. If you live where it snows, who's going to handle the snow removal? For the sake of this example, We will budget $100 per month for these types of expenses. Taking into account vacancies is also a good idea. When a tenant moves out, it's going to take a little time to prepare it for the next tenant, even if you already have them lined up. According to iPropertyManagement.com, the national rental vacancy rate is 6.2%, so saving that amount of the rent, or $235 per month, is also a smart idea. These expenses related to renting and maintaining the property total $715 per month, or $8,580 per year. Adding the $1,840 per month, or $22,080 per year of fixed costs of owning the home together with the $715 per month, or $8,580 per year, brings the total cost to $2,550 per month, or $30,660 per year. With an expected income of $1,900 per month for each side of the duplex, that's a total monthly income of $3,800 or $45,600 per year. This leaves you with a monthly cash flow amount of $1,245 and an annual cash flow amount of $14,940. This type of return on your down payment of about $77,000 leaves you a cash-on-cash return of 19%. That money is just pure cash flow, which can be compared to a dividend you'd receive from investing in a stock. With real estate, the mortgage is also being paid down by the tenants every month, and the property value increases the same way you'd expect the price of a stock to rise. For comparison, the S&P 500 only has a dividend yield of about 1.5%, with a total average annual return of about 10%. In the first 12 months of owning this duplex, the mortgage will be paid down $6,463. Assuming a conservative annual appreciation rate of 3%, the $388,000 property will rise in value by $11,640. The mortgage paydown amount, the property value increase, and the cash flow amount leaves you a total first-year return of $33,043. That sizable return on a $77,000 investment leaves you with a total first-year return of 43%. Earning that amount on your investment in just 1 year is extremely advantageous and can allow you to retire in a fraction of the time that it would take you just investing in the broad stock market. These returns are all average, too. Just imagine if you purchased a property below market value in a rapidly appreciating area and did things to increase its value, such as renovate the kitchen or bathrooms. While it's clear that the investment returns of a long-term rental can be excellent, there are other proven strategies to further increase your returns. It's possible to earn a full-time income with one single-family home if you're open to short-term rentals. Many landlords actually prefer renting on a short-term basis because the tenants typically pay beforehand. Frequent routine cleaning and maintenance checks are also easier to perform. Additionally, it's easy to improve the property in the off-season between guests because it's likely not occupied for the entire year. Annual cash flow amounts will vary considerably depending on your property, its condition, and the location, but it's reasonable to earn a 25 or 50% return on your down payment in the first year, in just cash flow. With a $388,000 home, that's $19,400 to $38,800 per year with just one reasonably priced property. What if you were able to purchase a property worth $800,000 and rent that out? Varying levels of work will be required, but many of the tasks can be outsourced to assistants, making it as hands-on or as hands-off as you like. Real estate undoubtedly requires more effort than parking your money in a broad market index fund and doing absolutely nothing. However, if investors have the opportunity to triple their returns and retire decades sooner, doing a little bit of extra work can be well worth it. While both of these examples require you to manage the properties yourself and not hire it out, it's safe to say that either choice would require about 1 to 2 hours per week of work. Just think how much sooner you could become financially free.